Hello and welcome to the Edu-Leaders show on the Edu Bulletin, where we bring you the latest insights and trends from the world of education. I'm Daisy, and I'm excited to guide you through this episode. We have an esteemed guest joining us, Ms. Karanam Bhavani, Principal of Meridian School, Madhapur, Hyderabad. In our interview, Ms. Karanam Bhavani shares insights at a summit. She reflects on enriching learning experiences and takeaways from previous gatherings. Discussing the recent decision by CBSE to conduct board exams twice a year, she advocates for a child-centric approach, emphasizing proportional learning to reduce exam stress. Ms. Bhavani also discusses the role of technology and artificial intelligence in education, emphasizing the need for wise use and guidance by mentors and parents. Now, let's move directly into our interview. Over to you, Rumani. Let's hear what Ms. Karanam Bhavani had to say.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have with us Srimati Karanam Bhavani, Principal, Meridian School, Madhapur, Hyderabad. Welcome to the summit, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Pleasure always being with Time to Grow Media.
Thank you, ma'am. It's wonderful to have you again here at today. So, first of all, I would like to ask you, how's your learning experience today here, and what are all the key takeaways that you'll be bringing back home?
Whenever it's a confluence of all the leaders, whenever we have people from different walks of life meeting, there is every learning and every takeaway which enhances us. So we go back enriched. I recall all the conversations we had during the 16th summit in Hyderabad and the 20th one. I think we go back enriched. We go back with a point to trigger our thought process and to work on the areas which could be corrected from our end or which could be a new learning from our end. So we had many principals, many educationalists, many people who contributed directly or indirectly to the field of education. All of them had their perspective, and we started becoming, a person who would understand the essence of education from their angle as well. So we tried to retrospect and work on it.
Right, absolutely, ma'am. So, as you know, from this year, the CBSE has announced that we will be conducting the board exam twice a year, and we have been talking about the exam fear. So, what do you think? It's a right step in the right direction, or it needs further improvement, or any other suggestions that you might have for this?
I think I'm fortunate enough to answer this question because when CBSE was selecting some principals to be on the panel, I was one from Telangana who was selected by CBSE, and I was fortunate enough to have a 101 with Sayam Bharadwaj, and we were put into the task of whether a two board system was good. I said good. All the principals, I think across India, almost 40 to 50 of them were there, and we did a whole day session. It is not all about stress, it is all about putting our efforts of learning into proportionate time and proportionate learning. So, with so many competitive examinations, why not give them a chance? And why do we have to say that all the exams have to be written at one go? Ultimately, it is important whether we are looking in for assessment for learning or assessment of learning. And a child has got so much to do, so there should be no looking back in thinking that, we're giving an opportunity for the child to appear for a component of an examination at a later part. We are not doing away with the examination. So it doesn't make, a huge difference if we are putting it in one go or two goes. In fact, when we are today talking about child-centric education, this is also keeping the child in the center. Probably when we were studying, the impetus was only on, marks, academic achievements and all. And there was not so many reflexes to take away our attention. But today's child is more prone to many reflexes. There are many opportunities, yet they are very, very smart. So when there is so much on their plate, when there is so much for them to take, it doesn't mind, and we say small proportions for them would help them to only excel, because ultimately the purpose of education is to see that education is for all. Education is for a complete win-win for everyone. The two board examination is a very welcoming one, both for the child, because child is not just writing a board exam. They are taking many competitive examinations which are spanned across the entire year, and we are not concising the child to be only aware about the international curriculum and the national curriculum. So when they have to be global citizens, they have to take up challenges across the globe, they have to take up assessments across the globe. So spanning it this way is really going to be of an advantage for a child.
Yes, absolutely true, ma'am. And what about the use of technology in today's education scenario, artificial intelligence taking over? We are also hearing many news about how it is being used for malicious practices also. So what do you think how education should go about it, adopting artificial intelligence in a more beneficial manner?
See, every time there is a challenge for every generation. Probably when we studied, we had television being a boon or a ban.
Right.
Okay. Now it is technology. There is no giving away of the fact that now it is a fast-paced, technology-driven situation, world, and the years to come or decades to come, it will be ruled and taken charge by artificial intelligence. But who is the brain behind it? Is it doing automatically? No. We are the people who are behind it. So anything which is in right proportion at the right time would be of advantage to the human beings, or for that matter for the whole generation of learners. As Kautilya has said, anything Chanakya has said, anything slightly more than the required proportion is equal to poison, right? Same. It could be technology today, something else could be there over the next decade. We should be using our wisdom to know where to use it, where not to use it. And we as mentors or facilitators have every possibility to guide the children in the right way. And as parents also, they will also have to take part actively in such kind of co-parenting the child in the right direction.
Right, absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your views, and it was an absolute delight to have you here again today.
Pleasure equally mine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this enlightening discussion. We hope you found it as insightful and inspiring as we did.